So the drink today is an ice shell drink. It means that it was originally served with an ice shell. An ice shell is particularly difficult to make. Any of these big channels that have even tried to ever do it live have really come across it. That's where we come in. We're going to find the best possible method to put an ice shell into a drink. Am I solving world hunger? I am not. But I am putting ice shells into drinks. So we're gonna be making a drink from the Hukilau in Long Beach. It was created down there in 1962. It was refound again by a guy named Jeffrey Berry. Jeff the Beachbum Berry. Thus, the history of this drink is done. There's not a lot of history to this drink. It came from the Hukilau. Get over it. This is not a difficult cocktail. If you are worried, if you're thinking to yourself, Gold Cup sounds incredibly difficult to make, you are wrong. It's basically like a slightly flavored daiquiri, which we can deal. We're gonna go ahead and grab our lime, find this in the middle, slice this out. There we go, looking real good there. Get our 5 pieces of lime, the famous 5. We need 3/4 of an ounce of some lime juice. This is just easy, regular old white simple syrup. Go ahead and put in 3/4 of an ounce of some simple syrup. That is where the similarities to the daiquiri end. We are not gonna be putting in a white rum. No, instead we're gonna be putting in this is a Jamaican rum. You want a Jamaican blonde rum. 1.5 ounces of some gold Jamaican rum. Possibly my favorite cocktail ingredient. Have I dressed up as maraschino liqueur as a Halloween costume? I have done that before. That is how much I like this stuff. You need 1/2 ounce of some maraschino liqueur. I think this bottle ended up costing me like $40. We have to remember though that I'm only ever gonna use 1/2 ounce, maybe 3/4 of an ounce of this ever at a time. And I'm never gonna drink that straight on the ice, on the rocks. I'm never gonna do that. So a pretty good deal, I think maraschino liqueur is. This right here is some almond extract. Almond extract, of course, just concentrated almond. That is what we need. We need, it says 3 drops wherever I read it. Let me confirm that real quick. We got it from this book right here. 3 drops of almond extract. I think 3 drops. We're gonna at least do 6 drops. There, I did 7. I'm happy with 7. 3 drops doesn't seem like enough. I don't want to just put in the almond extract for no reason. This guy right here is our absinthe. If you can't find absinthe, herb sant works. If you can't find herb sant, find some Pernod. If you can't find any of that, just skip it. It won't be the exact same drink, but it will be kind of fun. This is a half dasher. We need 3 dashes of some absinthe, so we're gonna be putting in 6 dashes for our half dasher. So 6 dashes of some absinthe. It says on the recipe that you're supposed to put in a teaspoon of Pernod. That's too much. You can put a couple extra in there if you want. This, let's bring it in. This is not enough ice. All the way to the top. Now I'm gonna put this off to the side and we're gonna get into how to make an ice, what are we calling these things? An ice shell. I have a completed one, ready to show you. This is a completed ice shell. It is incredibly difficult to make the way that everybody else tells you how to make it. You're supposed to get in there with your little fingies and you're supposed to move it to the side and then you get this thing. I've never seen that work. I've never, in all of my years, ever seen that work. I love that somebody has written that down as if that's the way to do it. I don't think that's the way to do it. I think they're lying to you. I'm gonna show you how I do it. Instead, I've taken some pretty good crushed ice. It's not the best crushed ice of all time. And I put it into this guy right here. We've squeezed this ice in here so that's nice and flat right in through here. And then we're going to turn it upside down and we're going to slowly heat this up. So we're just going to sort of rub our hands on here. I know that this seems like the more difficult way to do it. Suddenly now we're massaging squeezers. Okay, fine. It looks stupider than the other way, but I get it to work a lot more often than anybody I've ever seen try to make the ice shell. We're gonna give this maybe a little tap. Maybe just wake it up a little bit. Hello? What we're doing is basically just trying to burp the baby. Kyle wants me to whisper to it. Okay. Hey, ice shell. Come on, buddy, get out of there. Oh, 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 oh. Ice shell. Look at the ice shell, people. That is the ice shell that we're looking for. Now, okay, we're not done yet. We're not done yet. I'm gonna show you how to work it. We're gonna take this little guy and we're gonna put it into our glass, and then we're gonna freeze the glass sitting on its side. Because we've just melted a little bit, there will be some water. That water will then sit right here. Like, you see how it's moving like this? See how it's got this little bit? That's the water. So now this water will freeze to the side and we will have an ice shell. Put that right there while I get the other one out. And now we have an ice shell for Thursday. And there we have it. And I want to tell you real quick, I dare you. I want you to send them to me. You show me somebody else that has done that uncut online and I want to see it. No, I've never seen it happen. I have never, ever seen anybody perfect the ice shell live online. Doesn't happen. You know why? Because the way they're telling you to do it isn't the way it's supposed to be done. I guarantee it. That is another one of those Tiki secrets that they've been holding back from you. We're going to throw this cocktail right in here. Can I get a ta-da? Will anybody please give me hashtag ta-da? That's awesome. That's an ice shell in a glass. The only real way that it can be done. Don't you lie to me and tell me that there is a better way to do it. That's the only way to do it. This, from the Hookie Lao in Long Beach from 1962, this is a cocktail called the Gold Cup, complete with ice shell. Cheers. Oh, come on. The ice shell, let me explain. The ice shell makes it work. Without the ice shell, I don't even know what this drink is. It might be underwhelming if you don't have the beautiful ice shell. Let me, can I adjust some of my measurements real quick? I put in just a touch too much almond extract. That stuff is strong. I don't normally give this to myself, but I'm giving it to myself today. I've done it. I'm sticking around because I want you guys to see how long this ice shell is lasting on this glass. It is still very much an ice shell. A lot of times you will see these ice shells and immediately when you put the liquid in there, falls right off and breaks. Or you get a bunch of shell in here. I have no ice floating in this. This, the only true ice shell. When do you eat the ice shell? Ask Bootopia. Bootopia, the moment you get your drink, I say bite into the ice shell. And you know what you should do? You should make direct eye contact with the bartender that made it for you. After they've clearly gone through a lot of work, maybe a lot of practicing, maybe they've watched my videos multiple times. I want you to look them right in the eye. I want you to just go, as in like a what now? Oh, are we gonna fight? Still sipping it because it's still not broken off. It's solid. Clearly has not frozen yet, but it's up there. That's my ice shell from moments ago. This is not trickery. Seems like a very efficient ice making process. I wonder, it's a wonder you don't see it everywhere. I agree. You know why you don't see it everywhere, Dougie G? Is because you've been lied to. Other content creators are out there telling you that it is possible to make the perfect ice shell inside the glass and then somehow scoop it out and freeze it to the side of the thing. Listen, I have been working with ice for a long time. I love ice. I have never, ever, once, ever seen anybody complete it in an uncut shot and have it actually work without doing it my method. If you like what we're doing here, remember to like and subscribe and then share your stuff because the more people we get here, the more fun we have. Cool? Deal?